Yo, what's going on, guys? DGS here. I wanted to share with you guys some frustration that I ended up having with 2K support and their lackluster of a support team. It was really quite a frustrating experience, and I'm going to go over this in pretty great detail. This is going to be regarding the Lebron 11 code that they did not give me when I completed all of the steps to actually get this code. And what happens is when you get this code, it basically you play through and it takes about 3 full days, like at least 8 to 10 hour days. It took me 5 full days of like at least 10 to 12 or 14-hour days to unlock this code. And what happens is you do a bunch of steps, you unlock the code, and it gives you the ability to actually purchase a limited pair of Lebron Nikes in real life. It basically unlocks the screen so you can actually purchase the shoe on Nike Store's website. So there's a little backstory for you guys. This isn't going to be for everybody. This is more for those people that also had the same exact problem as myself, contacted support, and this is the type of crap that you end up getting as their support, which was complete and utter bullshit in my opinion. I opened this ticket on December 17th. Now, as of today, the date that I'm publishing this video, basically all of the codes are gone. So on December 17th there was a ton of codes left up until a week ago. The codes, which is in mid-January, up until a week ago there were still codes left. So I went round and round with these guys for so many weeks that I ended up not being able to get my code. So I did get screwed out of the code. Now, a couple of things as a backstory. One, I know how to get the code. This is the thing that was the most frustrating thing talking to support, because these support people basically have no idea how to get the code themselves, and they keep on telling me all these other things that you have to do to potentially get the code. The first thing they always tell you is, did you complete all of the steps? And here's my website. This is my actual website for sneakers. It's called collectivekicks.com. I wrote an article giving people tips on how to actually unlock their LeBron sneaker. I know how to become eligible. I knew how to do everything. I've done it actually already before. I actually ended up completing this already. So you have to basically complete the My Player, or you have to create a My Player custom, go through the My Career mode or whatever, complete 60 games at least, earn an elite player ranking, accept Nike endorsement path, and so on. And this is the first time that I ended up unlocking it, showing the screen. This is my overall, has to be a 90, and then my average was only a C plus, and my points was only 18. And I mean, I didn't even do that good, and I was able to unlock it. And this is what the screen you're supposed to get. You're supposed to get this screen when you actually unlock the code. Now, what happened to me, the last time I tried to do this, I completed everything. I went in and designed my shoe in the Innovation Kitchen, and immediately afterwards, this thing never popped up. And as a result of that, I ended up not getting the shoe. So what did I do? I opened a support ticket, and I told them exactly what happened. And I'll show you guys the pop-up. And I'll get over that in just a second. So, and it's frustrating because if they just read this first thing, they would have actually maybe been able to help me. But these guys are such idiots that they couldn't like comprehend what I was saying, and they just kept on going over like on and on and on. And it took forever for people to actually even get back to me, which was the most frustrating part. But so basically, I said I completed my career mode and followed the steps. I designed my shoe in the Innovation Kitchen, and I never got the code sent to me. I said I think it's because I never clicked the registration link on my account when I first registered it. So basically, you have to register your account on the game, and when you register it, you create an account with the email that you use. Well, I created an account, and it doesn't say anything about having to go to your email account and clicking a link. It just says congratulations for registering. So I didn't actually go back in and click that and confirm that I was in there. But in my game, if you looked under the email section, my email address was filled out. So there had to have been something off with the linking of the email that would have made it so the code did not happen. And I was trying to have full disclosure here. I try to let them know this is probably what caused this sort of issue. But it didn't send me a code, and I played this thing for days, and I wanted to show them proof that I ended up unlocking it. So I showed them this, and this is a screenshot. The character that I use is called Coping Carpet 546, and that's the screen name that I used. and then you can see on the screen it says Nike shoe commercial and then Nike shoe unveiling photo. That date on January 6th means that on that date I did my signatured shoe, and then they unveiled the shoe, and it was my signature shoe. And then it gives me a Nike commercial as well. So the fact that it shows that means that I took the Nike career path. I designed my shoe in the innovation kitchen, and I should have unlocked the thing. My score was a rating of a 90. I actually spent $25 of my own like actual money to be able to boost my points up from the overall to get it at a 90. Otherwise, it takes a lot longer to actually complete this. So I did all the steps possible. I showed them proof from the very first email saying, look, it shows you this. I could send more screenshots, of course. And I mentioned this before. All they wrote back is that thanks for contacting us. I know this issue is time sensitive, and because we're working fast to fix the issue. This was 2 days after I opened the ticket. It says, please keep in mind they're limited and not everybody will receive a code. But this is, again, 2 days after I opened the ticket, and it took a month for them almost to actually to have some sort of closure of this ticket. So I kept writing back day in and a day out, and I kept hitting them up on Twitter saying, dudes, when am I going to hear shit? I didn't hear anything yet. December 20th rolls around. Finally, I get a reply back, and they said, we have informed you that the shoes are limited. Not everybody will receive a code. We apologize for the inconvenience. If I have any additional questions, reply back to the ticket. And I'm like, dude, I know they're effing limited. I did all of the steps. I'm trying to show you what I did so you can like look into it, and hopefully we can have some sort of a resolution. So I just kept on. I just said I realized that why can't I be issued a code now? It doesn't make any sense. I have proof I did everything needed, and it was not unlocked. Blah 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 blah. And then they finally write back to me on the 23rd because I hit them up on Twitter every other day, and I've been like just ranting at them saying, dudes, when am I going to hear something back? And they said this. Thank you for contacting 2K support. We're sorry experiencing issues. First, make sure you're eligible to receive this. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Look at the first screenshot, you would know. These guys obviously never played the game, or they have no idea how to unlock the code themselves. Because again, I did my tips video here, or I did my tips like on my website. I did a tips video on how to unlock the code on my video game channel, and I did a tips video on how to unlock the code. One of them had different information or whatever, because one was before I did it and one was like after I did it the second time or whatever, to learn more about it. So, and this one has 20,000 views on it. I helped a lot of people. I helped over, I'm not lying, I helped probably 100 people actually achieve this code. So it's frustrating that they send me this back and tell me like all the things you have to do, and then they said if this does not help, blah blah blah. And then they asked me a bunch of questions, and I showed them. I wrote them back, said yes, this is my gamer tag. It's associated with its email address, and so on and so on. And you can pause it here if you want to read all of the stuff I'm saying to them. But basically, I just told them that it's I've done blogs on this. I know how to create it. They're just beating around the bush, starting back at step 1 with the support when my very first thing shows that I have everything. So that was on the 23rd, 24th, Christmas Eve. Still no reply. I give them a bunch more information. I let him know that it's not a new account. I just basically give him all the information he asks, anything that they could possibly want, and all I need is a direct line of communication to let them know it did not unlock as it was supposed to, and I didn't know why, and that's what we're supposed to be troubleshooting, not whether or not I did the requirements for it to unlock, because I knew all of that. So I waited after Christmas, and then Christmas the 26th, still no reply. And then I copied that one on accident when I did that. 27th, still no update. 29th, still no update. Finally, on the 30th, we get an email from them saying, sorry it took so long to get back. Your case has already been set up by a supervisor for review. We're getting a mass amount of email calls during the holiday season. So I understand it's the holidays, and they're getting a lot of calls and whatnot. But the amount of help that they've given me on this ticket, and this ticket's been open for 15 days, is absolutely atrocious. They keep on going back to, well, your code is not going to be available because you didn't complete all of the steps, or the code is limited, so you're probably not going to get the code. Meanwhile, I spent 5 days of my time and $25 of my actual money to unlock this code, And some of you guys are probably like, well, why is it that big of a deal? I know for those that are not into sneakers, they're very limited. There's 2013 pairs like worldwide or whatever that are going to be available, and people were selling these codes for $700 or $1,000 just when they unlock the code. So there's a monetary value to it as well, but it's more about the fact that I earned it and I did all the damn steps, and I cannot get them to reply back and give me like some valid information. So I wrote them back again the 30th, and then January 3rd. I said, thank you for letting me know this is taking time, but please escalate this issue. I'm sure it's a glitch in the game, and nothing was done on my end to cause this issue. Then I get back on January 3rd again. Any ETAs? Been open since December 17th. I know there's still codes left. I just helped 2 more people today get the codes because people were hitting me up on Twitter saying this, and this. Like, how do I have to do this step first, or can I accept this contract to get the code? And I would help people through the process and tell them to keep on waiting or whatever, and they'll eventually get the code. Then they'll send me a message and with a screenshot saying, hey, thank you so much for the help on the videos and everything. I got my code today. So it was great that I was able to help people out, but it's just ridiculous that we were not able to get a resolution. So finally on the 30th, he says we received an updated list of the codes that have been issued for the contest. We do not show the following email qualified for this promotion. And he said, have you received a pop-up from Lebron saying congratulations? I'm like, are you stupid? Because if you read my first email, like, I tell you that I did not receive the goddamn invitation. I didn't receive the screen. So there's a reason why I created the ticket. The whole reason is because that damn ticket didn't pop up. And so I said, no, I didn't get the pop-up, and it's associated, the gamer tag is associated with this email, and you can see that I created the shoe. It was supposed to pop up, and it didn't. And I showed him a bunch of additional screenshots showing that my email address and my gamer tag were linked. It was supposed to pop up. I told him I spent an extra $25 and spent 5 days getting the codes. And I'm not making it up, and I'm glad to answer any questions. So he says your account information is valid. I checked to make sure the email is listed in our system as a verified account. Sadly, you do not receive the in-game pop-up. Has you not qualified. Keep playing the game. He freaking told me to keep playing the game. I'm like, dude, I was in 3 seasons into the game when I got this code. When I got the invitation from Nike to be able to actually get the code. I know how it's done. Again, I've done it before, and it was supposed to happen immediately after I ended up getting an invitation from Nike to create my own shoe. I create my own shoe through the Tinker Hatfield Innovation Kitchen. Immediately after that, and I have a video even showing the process of me unlocking it on my gaming channel. And immediately after the Innovation Kitchen, it pops up, and it didn't pop up. So I said there has to be a mistake. I know the steps. I did the unlock. If you look at the first screenshot, blah blah blah, basically everything I just said, and so he says if you did not receive the in-game pop-up, you have not qualified for the promotion. Like he's totally not even recognizing this as a glitch, not willing to help it, just saying, well, if you didn't get it, then you didn't earn it. And I'm just totally baffled at this point because I was so pissed. I said you tell me to keep playing the game. It shows you don't even know how to unlock the code yourself. And I told him I had proof in the first email and blah 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 that I unlocked the code. So basically, and then he goes down and says every player gets invited to Innovation Kitchen to make custom shoes in the game. It's part of the game progression. And again, I just don't understand. This guy has to be stupid as crap because you don't get that. You have to accept the Nike path. And it's part of the next gen console thing. Once you accept that and you have the rating of a 90 and you're an elite player, which I was all of those things, and I have proof to show it on my account, then it unlocks. But he's just saying, well, everybody gets Innovation Kitchen. That's not it. So I basically showed him the links that are the articles that I did of me unlocking it, showing it. I said that I've done it on a different account. I know how to do everything. There was a glitch, and he just kept on going on and saying, yeah, I do play the game, if he says again, if you have not received the pop-up in game, then you have not qualified. We cannot force this pop-up. So, like, it's just frustrating as hell to me because you'd think that if they end up having an error like this that pops up, they would be able to go ahead and issue me a goddamn code. I show them proof that I actually did all the steps. I have all of the stats, and I've done everything on the checklist to be able to earn this code. And they can't just look at it and go, okay, he did all of these things. Weird, it didn't unlock, and I can see that his email address that is submitted didn't receive a code, but he did all of the requirements. Let's give him a code. That's what I expected, and that's what I was hoping for, and that's the level of customer service that I was expecting. Unfortunately, we got a bunch of bullshit and dudes just running around and going around in circles. So it was just ridiculous to me. Yeah, and then the last email on last Saturday was we received notification that LeBrons have sold out, and he wrote LeBron sixes. They're 11s first of all, but whatever. I mean, it just shows how ridiculous it is. And I know this is a long video of me ranting at 2K Sports, and this is a lot of information to take in. But for those that have had the same, and I'm unsatisfied. Horrible support. Useless. And submit my rating. That's my review right there. These guys were absolute idiots, and I think that I'm sane in saying so. And it was a frustrating process again. If you look at it monetarily, like I lost $25 for setting this up. I spent 5 days unlocking this goddamn code, and there's a potential of like $700 that the code's worth. That I ended up losing out on because the code didn't unlock. And the whole problem from the beginning was the code did not unlock. And I did all of the steps possible to make it unlock, and for some reason it didn't happen. Now, this is a long video, but leave a comment if you did all of the steps as well and you were supposed to get it to unlock. I've heard complaints from about 7 or 8 people that they didn't get the code either and it didn't unlock. They couldn't get through support. Support wouldn't get back to them. I even had a direct line phone number to them, and I talked to them in person, and the guy did the same thing. He basically said that I didn't earn it, and that I didn't know the steps, and there's nothing they can do, and it's a limited. This is the biggest thing. It's a limited code, so you're probably not going to get the code, more or less. And I don't know, dude. I waited a month for it, and this was the end result. So 2K support blows. I definitely don't recommend wasting your time or energy. If you have a glitch like this, I mean, most of the time you're gonna have a glitch, and it's not gonna affect you to the point where it did to me. But it's just frustrating, man. Like you do so much effort. It was a great concept, and I really liked it. And the fact that they just kind of screwed me over in the long run. And I don't know. Leave a comment if I'm like over the top being stupid about this. Leave a comment and be honest with me. But I just think it's ridiculous for the amount of effort that I put into this, and for what ended up like happening as a result is just frustrating as hell. Anyway, that's it. I just say F you to 2K support. Ronnie 2K, thanks for nothing on Twitter. He said he would take care of it. People replied back to the ticket, but of course I couldn't get any sort of real communication on the issue of it actually being a glitch, and that's all I wanted. Anyway, that's all we got. Just definitely a long rant. We'll catch you guys later, and I'm not playing any more 2K. I'm gonna break my disc. We'll catch you guys later.